Hello everyone, it's Christine at cricketscreativecorner.com or cricketscorner.stampinup.net, and I'm here to show you a stamp set called Snow is Glistening. And we're going to be, actually I'm not sure that we're going to use this stamp set, but I am going to use the Snowfall Thinlet dies. So we're going to use some of these thinlets in here to make this card. So I'm going to put this to the side for right now, but you can get that stamp set. We're going to be using the Swirls and Curls embossing folder. And we're going to be using the Snowflake trinkets. They're like little snowflakes, super cute. And the Blueberry Bushel ink pad. I have a piece of the galvanized metallic, look at my thumb, galvanized metallic paper cardstock here, and then we have our velvet, our white velvet sheet. It comes in a 12 by 12 sheet, and I just cut it down so it'll fit into my Big Shot. So we're going to be using our Big Shot tonight. And then we have Blueberry Bushel cardstock. This is a full sheet. I'm going to cut in half to make the card base. And then we have the Whisper White cardstock. It's also a whole sheet. It's 8.5 by 11. And we're going to go ahead and cut that here in just a minute. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to be using our little sponge also for our ink, and I'll show you how that works in just a minute. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and cut our paper down to the correct sizes. So let me pull this down where you can see the measurements here to show you what I'm doing exactly. So I have learned in the past from watching other videos and stuff that you can actually save some time by scoring your paper first if you make lots of card bases. So I'm gonna go ahead and score this at 4.25, which is normal for a cardstock, for a card base. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and score it. I'm gonna pull it out, and then we're gonna do 5.5. So that cuts the paper in half. Okay, so we've got 2. So you can have 2 card bases out of 1 sheet of cardstock. So that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna put one to the side, and then I'm gonna put one over here. All right, so then our next layer is gonna be with our Whisper White, and this one's gonna be at 5.25, because you want it about 1/4 inch shorter or smaller than the piece above it. Put that extra piece to the side, by 4. Okay, so I'm gonna cut that at 4, and we'll need this piece right here. So we got that one ready, and then so the next thing we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to take our Big Shot out. I'm going to put my Stampin' Trimmer away. I'm going to grab my Big Shot for us so we can start using this beautiful velvet, white velvet sheet. It's a 12 by 12. This will be available November 1st for customers. So as demonstrators, you are able to get these things ahead of time so that you could play with it and make creations and create cards and things like that, so that I could share my projects with the customers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put this in. I've got my magnetic plate in here. Let me see if I can pull these apart because they're both kind of magnetic. So I've got my magnetic plate in here, and then I have the precision base plate on top of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put this inside here, and I'm going to go ahead and get my Snowflake framelit out of here, the Snowfall Thinlets. Let me go ahead and pull this out right here. Let me go ahead and, here it is. This is the one we're going to be using, the really large, the largest snowflake in there. And this also is available November 1st to customers. All right, so we're just going to put the cut side down just like this. Let me find the top of this this sheet, this velvet sheet. It has like a texture to it. It's really, really nice. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my plate on top, and we're gonna go ahead and, run it through the Big Shot. And I'm gonna go through it twice just to make sure that it cuts out all the good little bitty pieces that are in the snowflake. All right, so we're gonna take this out. I'm gonna put it over here. Oops. And then this should be all cut out. Let me go ahead and put this, actually we're going to need this again, I think. Yeah. Let me go ahead and get this all apart. Oops. All right, there we go. So we've cut out our snowflake with our velvet paper. So if it's stuck in here and you can't get it, like this one's kind of, you can reach in and grab it. You just use your paper piercer, and there's like little holes in the thinlits that you can push the paper piercer down to kind of release the paper from there. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out. There's a couple ways you can take all these little pieces out. I don't know if you can see that, all these little pieces right there. There's two ways. So let me show you real quick. I'm gonna put this to the side, and I'm gonna get a tool that we call, I don't even know what the name of it is actually. It's, you got this little foam mat. I'm gonna put this face down just like that, and I'm gonna get the other tool that comes with it right here. It's like a little brush, just like that, okay? And then I'm just gonna run it over the top of the thinlet. Oops, sometimes that does happen. It's very well used, so it does come apart when you use it a lot. So I'm gonna run it through here, and I'm gonna try to be kind of careful. And what it helps with is it'll help get all those little pieces in between cut out. It'll push them out. So I just have to kind of keep an eye on mine. I've used it so many times it's getting worn out, so I need to get me a new one. It's kind of falling apart. Okay, so you can either do it like that, and then all the little pieces come out, or you could just pull it apart and do what I did earlier. Is I got my paper piercer, my take your pick tool. Let me grab it right here. Oops. And I just picked up the snowflake and just kind of popped them out, kind of help encourage them to pop out. So most of them came out, which is really good. So we're just going to kind of encourage them to come out a little bit better. And you can use your fingernails, however you want to do it, but I just find this is a little bit easier for me to do. Let me get this back piece off. There we go. So we're just going to poke these out real quick and get them all released out of there. So that's the end of those. So I'm going to put that to the side, all the little pieces. So now we have a beautiful little snowflake. It's really, really pretty. Okay, so now I'm going to put that to the side for a minute, and let's see, I'm going to go ahead and take my Big Shot back out here again, and we're going to change plates. So I'm going to take these out, and I'm going to get my Big Shot platform plate down. I'm going to put a clear plate down, and then we're going to get our Swirls and Curls embossing folder. We're going to take our galvanized metallic cardstock out right here. I'm going to put it inside, and I'm going to run it through the Big Shot. Put this down like this, one on top. Okay, run it through there. So pretty. I'm going to run it through one more time. I love the Big Shot. It's amazing. Okay, so I'm going to put this Big Shot away. I think we're done with that for now. Okay, so now you have this beautiful embossed piece of cardstock right here. Isn't that so pretty? Okay, let me get this straight. I know it probably bugs everybody that it's crooked. Okay, so we have the cardstock, we have the base cardstock, and we have the piece that we're gonna design on here in just a second. So I'm gonna put these to the side so they don't get inked up. I'll show you that in a minute. So I'm gonna take our Blueberry Bushel ink pad, open it up. I'm gonna put it right here. Then we're gonna take, this actually comes in a round whole piece of sponge, but I just cut it in half and then half again, and then you have this little quarter piece. So to dress this up a little bit, you can dab it a little bit in the ink, and then I just kind of get a little bit of the excess off right there, and then just go along the edge, just like that. I'm going to do that for each side, and then I'll show you what I do with it here in just a second. It just kind of pops a little bit whenever you have your centerpiece in there. Okay, so I'm just going to rub this a little bit, get most of it off, and then I'm going to come back and just kind of go over the top of the cardstock a little bit, just like this. And sometimes I rub it back into this little piece right here. It picks up a little of the ink right now, or you could put it back in here, rub it off, because you don't want it too dark. You just want to kind of bring a little bit of that blueberry bushel out a little bit to make it look like it's cold. So this is just such a cute card. Super cute, super fun, super easy to make. And just go all the way around the card. I'm going to pick up a little bit more. Just kind of pull that darkness to the center of the card. Okay, we got one more side to do. Maybe get a little bit more ink. Like I said, you don't want it to be too dark. You don't want to leave it any lines or anything like that. You want it to be like a real soft type of look to it. Okay, so we got that. So there's that. So cute. And you can kind of look at it and see where you might want to pick up a little bit more of the blue. Bring it in a little bit more to the center of the card. Kind of fix it however you want. Okay, so there's that piece. And then we're going to take our snowflake again. I'm going to dab this in the blueberry bushel. Rub that a little bit because you don't want it super dark or anything. So I'm going to make the snowflake look like it's cold. So I'm just going to go on the edge of the snowflake. Just like that as I'm turning it. Just rub it over the velvet, white velvet cardstock or the sheet. And you can kind of go back and see if that's exactly how you want it. That looks pretty good to me. Look how pretty that is. It just makes it look really especially cold. All right, so I think we're done with the ink. I'm gonna go ahead and put this away so we don't get my arm in it like I did earlier today. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start putting this piece together. So I'm gonna take this piece, then our embossed piece of cardstock, and I'm gonna take my snail adhesive. Let me find it right here. See who's calling. Okay. And we're going to go on all sides of this piece. That way that cardstock will stay down. With it being embossed, it causes it to kind of be bumpy. So you want to, I'm going to put a little bit in the middle too. Why not? And so you want it to make sure it stays down. So this is going to be, let's see, I think I cut this at 2 inches by 5 1/4. And then this cardstock behind it is 4 by 5 1/4. So there's gives you an idea of that. Okay, so we're gonna have that down. And then I'm gonna go ahead and adhere this piece to the card base. I think I'm almost out of the snail. It feels like it's getting a little empty there. Okay, so I'm gonna leave a 1/4 inch on all sides. There we go. I'm gonna take our little snowflake and we're gonna get a dimensional. Let me find my dimensionals. I have some open already. So we're gonna take our dimensional and I'm gonna just do one on the back. Oops, not there. I want it right here. It keeps sticking to my fingernail. So, okay. Then we're gonna peel this off. This is a super quick, fun card. All right, and then we're gonna put it right in the middle. Oh wait, hang on a second. I'm gonna get the silver string. Hold on a second. Let me get ooh, let me find it. This is what really makes it come out. This is our silver, like metallic thread. I love this stuff. So pretty. So we're gonna use some of this. So I found an easier way to do this. Just kind of unravel it a little bit, find the end of it. And I put, let me see if I can get a close-up of this. I put the end of it right on the dimensional, just like that. And then it kind of curls already on itself. You want it to kind of just come just barely out of the snowflake right here. And then it just kind of curls again. You just kind of stick it on there. And then it's going to curl again. Maybe, maybe not. Just have to kind of play with it and get it to move where you want it. I'm going to do like 4 little loops. Well, not little, but. So this one, let me turn this a little bit this way. Put it right. It wants to fall a certain way, but that's okay. Okay. And then I'm going to cut the end of it off. Right here in the middle. So it doesn't show. So we're done with the thread. So now we're going to go ahead and adhere it to the top of your card. So you just kind of center it as best as you can in the middle of your card. Oops. Let me get it out a little bit here. Center it as best you can in the middle of the card. Okay, so we're going to put this away. We're going to get our snowflake embellishments. Doesn't matter which one you grab, and just make sure that you put the, I'm going to use a glue dot on the back of it. Just make sure it's on the back where the stone is not. So there's like little rhinestone in the middle. So I'm going to flip it over on the back, and we're going to get a glue dot. This is so cute. We're going to take our take your pick tool. Oops, lots of glue dots exposed here. Take a glue dot, just kind of ball it up a little bit, and I'm going to put it right in the middle of this snowflake. Then we're going to take the snowflake and we're going to put it right in the middle of this huge snowflake right here. Let me get it right there, and just going to push down a little bit, and there you go. So isn't that so pretty? There you go. Fun, super quick, simple card. You just kind of, you know, get the end of it all nice and crisp, and then you have a beautiful, beautiful snow Christmas card. Now what you could do in the middle is go ahead and get you some cardstock. Cut a piece out that's like 5 inches, let's see, 5 1/4 by 4. Let me go ahead and do that real quick. I'm gonna grab a piece of cardstock just a second. Let me find an extra piece. It's right here. I'm gonna go ahead and get my Stampin' Trimmer back out. Get where you can see the measurements right here. So we're gonna do 5 1/4 by 4. Ta-da! There we go. Super simple, super quick and easy. I'm gonna go ahead and put adhesive on the back of this. Oops, there. I told you it was almost empty. It is. Let me see if I can find another one. Hang on just a second. Let me reach over here. Oh wait, there's one right here. Okay, so I'm gonna finish this piece off. Okay, there we go. And we're gonna take our card and we're gonna put it right in the middle on the inside, so that since it's a dark blue cardstock, you can't really write anything in it, so it's easier to put a piece of white cardstock in there, and just that way you'll have a place to write it. So this is where the stamp's going to come into place. We're going to use the Snow is Glistening stamp set. I'm going to take, oh, let's see, I like this snowflake right here. Let me pull it out. There we go. Put that to the side. Here it is right here. We're going to use that one. Got a block. Oops. All right, just like that. We're going to take our blueberry bushel ink pad. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink it up just like that. I'm going to stamp off twice, and then I'm going to kind of offset it a little bit. I don't want it to be straight up and down. I want it to be kind of offset in the corner. So we're going to ink it, and there you go. Beautiful, just a little touch in there. And you can actually put a sentiment in there. Actually, I'm going to do that right now. Let's see. Okay, I like this one. Oh, no, I like each snowflake is beautiful, sparkling, and special, just like you. We're going to use that one. Let me find it real quick. Let's see. This one right here. Beautiful little sentiment. Pull that out. I'm going to get another block real quick. We're going to lay it down and pick it up. Okay, so we're going to put this sentiment in the middle of the card. So I might as well go ahead and do it, because I'm probably going to use this as my Christmas cards. Ink that up with the blueberry bushel, and then we're going to just put it right in the middle, just like that. Beautiful. I love it. Look at that. So I'm going to put this away, and then we have a gorgeous, let me get a close-up of that. Isn't that pretty? Each snowflake is beautiful, sparkling, and special, just like you. I love it. And then the front of the card. Isn't that gorgeous? I love all those shimmery, sparkly things. I love the thread. It's just a little bit, the little touches make a big difference. Okay, so there's your card, and I'm gonna just hold it right here because it wants to flop up. So we're gonna hold it, and anyway, I hope it inspires you to use our Snowflake Showcase stamp set that's available to customers on November the 1st. And so get yours as soon as it comes out. So we will talk to y'all soon. I want to see what you have and what you make. I want you to post everything that you make out of the Snowflake Showcase. All right, y'all have a great day.
Snowflakes fall on the evergreens and they cover all